Hello, everybody. Sorry it's been so long since we've done a video. Just our schedule hasn't been matching up, and I've been busy with the other series. It's been very, very crazy, even some personal things going on, but I appreciate your patience with everything. So I have one small announcement before we begin. So when I was doing episode 10 for the New Earth versus the New World Order, I was given some assignments to do. And so one of my assignments is for me to find Dreamworkers. So if you're a Dreamworker, I guess there's Lightworkers and Dreamworkers. So if you deal with clients and you do dream work, send me an email and let me know if you're interested in doing a group video collaboration. So I need about 5 to 7 people that are Dreamworkers. And I know Daniel, that's from episode 7, he does dream work. He works with people's dreams. So I'm going to reach out to him, but I need to get about 5, 6 more people. And if you are this individual and you're interested, send me an email. I'm going to get more information on my side. And so it was kind of like spur of the moment. At the end of the video, she mentioned it and she talked to me about it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll find out. I'll find out who does Dreamworks.
Or if you know someone that does, that might be interested.
Exactly.
Spread the word.
Someone, share the video, tell them about it, ask them if they're interested, give them my contact information for the email. And let's see what happens. See if I can get these 5 individuals, 5, 7 individuals for this video collaboration. It'll be a group meeting. It'll be over Zoom. I don't know if it's strictly video only or audio only, but that's the details we have to work out. But that's part of my homework. That's
assignment. You know, if they don't want to be seen, they can always take their camera.
Yeah, you can put an image up, take off your video camera. So that was assignment number 1, and I have a couple more, and I'm like, okay, this is the first time I ever was given us homework. But it's cute. It's fun.
It's an interesting subject, and all this stuff that I do started from a series of dreams, and I was doing dream analogy and discovered a past life, and that got me rolling. So I think it's very fascinating, and it's great because our subconscious minds through the dreams are telling us a lot of things. However that dream work comes about to be participating in this video, I just excited about it because that's how things, you know, I was always curious about things, but that's how it really got kickstarted because I had such a profound experience through dream analogy and keeping records of my dreams that it put me in a whirlwind of, I need to find out how to do this for other people. This is amazing. So yeah. Very
interesting.
Cool. Yeah. So for me, what I have going on is August 6th, we're doing the Global Ascension Project where it's Lionsgate weekend. So we're doing a Lionsgate to Enlightenment. So this is just a little banner. It is $111. You get to do an online experience all day long. It starts at 10 a.m. Central and goes to 8 p.m. Central. So you get to figure out your time zones. But there's going to be 6 lectures, and at the end of the day, there's going to be a questions and answers panel. So take notes during your lectures if you have questions. If you can't come to all of them live, you could still sign up and catch the ones you can, and then the others will be available to you afterwards as something you can watch later. We have the 6 speakers. I'm going to start off the whole day with a channel from Arcturian Daniel, bringing in messages to talk to us about the Earth at this time. Erica Middlemiss will be doing transformational steps to a more intuitive and expansive view. Monica Dunn will be doing past life regression, moving you through time and space to another experience you've had, or either on this planet or another. Sarah Bressman Cosme with advice from extraterrestrials on how to be a superhuman. Who doesn't want to know that? I mean, come on.
Extraterrestrials.
Right? And then we got Suzanne Spooner with an introduction to Talk, and that's TAUK, and it's how to channel and communicate with loved ones, your guides, higher self, and many others. And I've seen her do this. It's really incredible. So that's going to be a fun one too. Our dear old Julia Cannon is going to do an introduction to light casting. If you haven't heard about it before, it might be worth it just to see what Julia's got to say about light casting.
That sounds a little interesting.
It is. And it's like this ancient, I wrote this one up because I'm like, this is like ancient healing art after I talked to her about it. This is an ancient modality that she was downloaded with. So it's really cool. She'll tell you all about it and an introduction to that as she starts to bring that more into the public eye. I think she's going to do some more work with that in our future. So it's all getting kickstarted right here. Then we're going to finalize it all up with Dolores Cannon's granddaughter, Julia's daughter, Tiffany Bazazadagan, is going to be facilitating the panel question and answer. She's you submit your questions to her. She'll read them to the panel and we get to do, so there you have it. There's our group. So if you go to my website, traciemahan.com, and go to online workshops, you should be able to find it there. And hopefully Jason will have the link down below as well. So there you have it, my spiel.
Perfect. So this sounds like this is a live class from what it sounds like.
It's live and it's online and it's interactive at the end, the questions and answers. They're figuring out how. We've got some different structures to bring in, but it is going to be, you're going to be able to view the speakers. We're each going to speak, but that part won't be interactive. And then at the end, you get to ask questions. So that's where you want to take notes. If you have questions for somebody that's earlier in the day, make sure you take some notes so you remember your questions. It's going to be a rock star event. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if a whole bunch of you guys show up, I bet I could get the ladies to do it again another time. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're having fun planning it. So if nothing else, at least we got to do that. But we already got a pretty good group of people signing up, and I just wanted to share that because it's getting closer, and it'd be good to get signed up and reserve your spot for that. And
okay, so it's $111. It looks like it was about 6 or 8 people.
6 lectures, and then the 7th thing is the questions and answers.
The panel.
So you're going to have 6 1-hour lectures. So it's going to go an hour, then there's going to be a 30-minute break, then it'll go an hour, 30-minute break. So that's the way the day will go. Every hour and a half, there's a new lecture. So you get a lecture for an hour.
And what if they miss a lecture since it's live?
And they're all going to be recorded. And so if they miss it, then they'll have access to that afterwards. Since they signed up, they'll have access. Perfect. And then we may or may not be able to figure out how to make that available to everybody. If you didn't make it and you didn't get signed up, we're also going to work on making that something you can purchase later. So, but definitely it benefits to have the live because then you have access to that for sure. And we're the recordings and stuff.
And all the speakers at one location, or each one's going to be at their own?
We're all going to be at our own homes or wherever. Okay. So yeah.
Nice.
That would be more fun if we were all in one location.
Yeah. That's a lot of energy right there.
That's right. That would be something else. But we'll all be there supporting each other through it. So we'll be in the audience with everyone else's. I'm not going to miss it anyways. I want to see what everyone else got to say. I want to see what Daniel has to say.
Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely.
So that'll be fun. And yeah, so mark off August 6th, Lionsgate weekend. It's that Lionsgate portal, as you know.
Yep. And some of the ladies on the panel you already saw videos of as well. You had Sarah. She was on episode 3, and I've done all kinds of videos with Sarah as well, even with Guardians of Magic. There's even more videos over there. And then you have Suzanne, which was on episode 1. So we did a video collaboration. So you're going to see some familiar faces.
Yes.
They're all good people.
Good work. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool.
Thanks for letting me share that. And
you're welcome. Thank you.
You guys will come on over and join us in that. So if you're watching this at a later date, hopefully we have that available as well. So
perfect. You ready to see what Daniel has to do? What is Daniel doing lately? What is he up to?
Absolutely no good. I'm trying to think how to answer that question. I've been busy, so I haven't gotten on to make as many videos as I have in the past, but it's been.
You think Daniel's sending all those challenges to you? Some life lessons.
Let's not make bitter blood. No. I don't know how Daniel's doing good. And I think that there's just a lot going on planetary wise in good ways, really good ways. Like we just had this super moon come up, this Capricorn moon on the 13th of July. And that was really supposed to bring truth to light. Like, you know, people that shouldn't be in your life, it's going to become real obvious why they shouldn't. Jobs you shouldn't be in, it's going to become real obvious. For an example, my oldest son, he started this job that I thought when he started it, man, I just didn't, I know you know how to do that work, like mechanical work. I just don't feel like you love that work. And he's like, no, I like the job. And so he takes the job. Well, full moon hits. And this week he's like, oh my God, I just don't think I can do one more day at that job. And da, 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 da. I said, quit, you know, just quit. You're in a place where you can do that. And I'm going to support you through that because I don't want you to be where you're miserable, you know. And here's that Capricorn full moon coming in saying, this isn't an energetic match for you. You know, this wasn't, it came in because he wanted to manifest an income and he knew how to do the work. But I'm trying to get him to a place where he understands he can also manifest doing something he loves and support himself through that. And, you know, I don't want him to go through 40 years of his life where he's doing stuff he doesn't want to do just to make ends meet. We all got to get out of that. You know, it's like, we got to do what we can to get ourselves in a better place doing something we love doing. So we're in a journey with that over here right now. Like what's going to be the best move for him to do? Leave the job, look for something else, stay their way, looks for something else. He's in a place of making decisions. And I think a lot of people are in these places where life decisions are being made. Do I stay in this relationship? Do I stay in this job? Do I move? You know, here I've been living in this place, but I feel like I need to move somewhere. And we've just got a lot of decisions coming up where we're completing a cycle and we're ready for something new. So that stuff has been coming up. A lot of people going through a lot of transitions in those ways and spiritual ways, you know, birthing, like we were talking about before we start recording, the dark nights of the soul, and people stumbling across information and videos and awakening more and more. It's a really crazy time, but it's a really exciting time.
And that individual is my brother. So, and it was very, very strange for him to ask me these types of questions. And I'm like, who am I talking to? So evidently he had some kind of awakening as well.
Well, and how many times have we been told, you know, hang in there, those people that have been teasing you or giving you a bad time or making you feel like you're the different one in the family or whatever, they're going to be the ones that are coming to you, asking you questions that they didn't believe in any of this stuff before.
Right,
now they're going to be asking you all of these questions all of a sudden, and you're going to be
You're right. And then one of the comments he said was like, yeah, since you're into all this stuff, you know, I figured.
So he's still in his own little denial.
I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what Dark Night of the Soul is. I said, talk me through it. You know, maybe I can relate to it. And I said, nope, can't relate to it too much. I said, I understand. Send me a YouTube video or whatever you're watching. And he sends it to me. I said, okay, this is not what I'm familiar with. I said, but it's pretty cool because the questions he was asking would never came out of his mouth ever, you know. But yeah, I thought it was funny. It's like, yeah, since you're into all this stuff, I figured you know all this. I was like, no, I am learning. I'm at the beginning phase, buddy.
Well, I wouldn't say you're at the beginning phase, but it's funny.
As much out of the phase.
Every time we think we've got it, right? It's like, ooh, oh my gosh, I know, I understand it now. And then the next day we'll learn something else and be like, oh, I got to reshape all of that. And I've been asked or told, or people will say, write a book. Why don't you write a book? And it's like, I sit down and I start writing something. And then a couple of days later, it's like, well, that no longer feels accurate. So I'd have to rewrite it with this new information that just came in. And so it's like, if I wrote a book, I'd probably be sitting there going, oh yeah, don't buy that one, buy this other one, it's more updated, or wait, don't even get that one because now there's a new channel coming in of new information.
Mhm.
It's like I'd be the worst book salesperson ever, because I would be like, wait, there's new information, that one's no longer relevant. So it just is changing so rapidly. I don't even know how to get a book out there with what comes in for me. And so I'd say just go watch the videos. Go watch those videos. Save us both some time and get the updates.
Absolutely. Even the videos we've done, like transcribing them into Word documents and all that, I was like, man, like that's not even cheap to begin with. I know there's a program out there, but you still have to pay good money for that. And then
it's really interesting though, if you get one of those programs that translates it for you, and then you read through and just edit it. And then Daniel gets into light language, because I was going to try that too. And then he gets into light language, and that's kind of funny to read. So it's like, oh, what do they think it's saying there?
Yep,
it does. It's like somebody recorded a baby talking. There it is. But yeah, so I'll go get Daniel. Let's go find out what he has to say for everybody.
Sure, let's see what's on his mind.
Yeah. All right. See if he's having his popcorn tonight. Get into it.
He loves that popcorn.
As we do love that popcorn, we want to say we wouldn't be eating that in front of you, Jason. We would share the popcorn. Hello to everyone, and hello, Jason. Thank you for having us again.
Thank you very much.
So would you like us to just jump in, or would you like to ask us questions?
Sure, you begin, and then a follow up with whatever you're talking about, whatever we need to fill in the gaps on. And then there is one question later on, or two. There's two questions later on.
Ah, yes, we were eavesdropping. We know. So what do we want to talk to everybody about? All this beautiful energy is coming in, right? Everybody is having heat strokes in certain areas, or the weather is being strange, right? Everybody's getting strange weather. This isn't what we used to have. And there's a lot of comments on the weather these days. And we laugh a little. Tracie laughs a little because she says, isn't it funny that we used to think that conversations about the weather were just little basic conversations to pass time, but now we're talking about the weather because it's part of the evolution, it's part of the awakening, it's part of the shift of the planet. And we're seeing rain and storms and heat, and all the weather is coming in, isn't it? It's coming in all around the world, colder than it used to be, warmer than it used to be. So as we are looking at that with you, as we all start to engage in this energy of looking at what is happening around the planet, and where are these shifts coming from? Why is this happening? Where are these solar poles coming from? As the reflections are coming into the planet, as the heat, as the weather changes, it is part of moving into an atmosphere that is different from that which you used to be in. As this planet is moving into a different dimension, you are experiencing that flux of the energy, and it is the way that we see things in this mind is funny, but we want to say it's like going through that birthing canal, right? You got to go through all that pressure, and then you come out the other side. And yes, you'll probably be crying on the other side, just like you were when you were born, but you're birthing into a new realm. And as you all have been calling in this new frequency, this new earth, this fifth dimension, it has to move through different things. Just like you need to become the vibrational match to the thing that you desire, so does the Earth's energy, and so does everybody in this planetary system that is riding along that ride. And so you will see the fluxes of energy show up in the forms of weather and the vibration of the planet and the things, the plants that are growing and all the things that are happening. All of life itself, including the planet, are going through their changes. And as you are going through those changes, you are seeing the results of that. When you go through your emotional changes, you were talking about the dark night of the soul. You get really grumpy and depressed and sad and really going inward and becoming this morphed version of yourself as you go through this catastrophic change. And then you come out the other side of that, ready to shed all that which is no longer serving and move forward and move into a lighter, brighter, easier time. And always after a dark night of the soul, you emerge like the phoenix rising into a better time. And so just think of this earth energy is moving through its canal. It's moving through its dark night of the soul. It's purging all these old energies. It's being expressed through the governments, through the changes that are being made, through the systems that are in place, through the companies that, through the medical systems, the monetary systems, the government systems, and so on. It is all being purged and moved through and put into plain sight. Truths are coming out. People are having to realize and are being affected by those truths. They are now getting so extravagantly big that it is causing humankind to not to be able to set it on a shelf anymore, not to be able to ignore it anymore. It's right there. It's right in front of you. It's affecting you. It's going to touch you in some way. And when it does, then you're going to respond and you're going to react in some way. And each of you as the individuals will get to decide, how am I going to react to this? How am I going to respond to this injustice, to this unkindness, to this whatever it is? And we could keep going, right? It's everywhere you look, there's something going on. As the prices keep increasing, as the availability decreases, as life itself keeps changing around you, and it is like suffocating the fire, right? And there's not enough oxygen anymore. And so you have to do something. It is a survival technique. It is a survival, that's not technique's not the word, instinct, survival instinct to move forward and find a better way. So as all of that is happening, we know maybe that will help segue into some of the questions that you were wanting to know today.
Yes. So the first thing would be, do you have a sense of when or how things are going to get better or get back to normal, or like, and also, I know you mentioned the birth canal. Are we even in the canal? Or are we still inside the womb?
You are having contractions. Yes, you are having the contractions, right? All the pain of the getting ready, getting prepared. And so as you are moving through this energy, as one might say, the head might be starting to crown. You're get your head down and going into the birthing canal as we speak. And it takes a lot of energy. It takes a big push. It takes maybe even several tries to get the baby to move through the birth canal, right? And it takes effort, and it takes a team of medical personnel and people around for support. And we say it's not much different, right? We all need to be here supporting each other, getting each other through these things, getting each other through these changes, and standing up together and being in union together, standing up for justice and rights and for this new freedom, this new better way of life. And when is a better way of life coming? That was the question, the other question. So as we look at that, we want you to know that there is no, time is a funny thing, because where we come from, it feels like, well, this happens very quickly. But where you come from, you are in the experience of the density, and the density itself is creating what feels like time being stretched out, elongated. The density of the planet is in the energy, and the third dimension is creating time to feel like it is taking longer. And so for us in the lighter frequencies, it seems like it's moving quickly. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. From your point of view, it feels quicker.
It feels quicker. So when you guys are in it, what we say to you is we want to remind you, we do see, we did at one point say that 2022 is going to be a lot more of the cleansing and the purging and the clearing of energies. And then as you move into 2023, we think about a quarter of the way into 2023, it's almost like you get to go, oh, finally, something more positive is starting to happen now, and things are starting to get lighter or change. You're at least going to witness the changing taking place. Maybe life might still not feel like it's like all the pieces are falling in, but you're going to start seeing the push towards the changes. So what is that, about 9 months? Hey, we're still in this baby thing, right? We're still in this birthing thing. We got it backwards. We're going through the birth canal, but we got 9 more months to play in this energy. And so as we are looking at that, as we are a collective of beings that hold great and extraordinary powers and gifts and energy and intentions, as we love each other, as we hold each other in these energies, and we keep everybody in these high vibrations as best we can, because as you know, even when you're having the bad day, you have to find the pearl within it. You have to find that beautiful ray of light somewhere within that bad day. And as you are doing that, as you are moving your energy, we're going to use Tracie as an example, because everything that she tried to do today, it did not work out for her. She needed to leave and couldn't find the wallet, right? Her son was coming and he needed to be the one driving, and couldn't find his wallet. They missed their appointment. They didn't get to go. They went to bring a vehicle in for its emissions. And as soon as they got in the line to go through the DEQ, the engine light came on. And then as soon as she got done with one more thing, another thing happened. And then she found out another thing that she had to do. And it just kept snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. And she found herself getting into that place of wanting to shout to the rooftops, right? She wanted to be like, what in the heck is going on? Not even one thing can go right today. What is happening? And so as she did that, and she settled herself down, and she had to run an errand, and she just decided, I'm just going to ask for the angels to guide me through this, get me everywhere I need to go safely. And she goes, and she gets out there, and her errand goes very smoothly, and she comes back, and she decides, well, we're going to clear the energy of this house. And so they ran around and were silly, and they're running the singing bowls, and they're asking to clear the energy of the house, and everything starts to move. And now things feel lighter, things feel better. And then she gets to connect with you, Jason. And then that just kind of opened up some more doors for her. And it's a great way for her to end this evening, because she had a really long day of trying to jump over these hurdles, and the hurdles are just tripping her up. And so anyways, as she moves out of this energy of today, she's going to get to have the hindsight to see why nothing would work out. And she is going to move out of this energy of resistance and move into that surrender energy. As she does that, she's going to see things fall into place even better for her. And so all of it is in alignment. She knows it's in alignment. And she can see with very clear eyes, that's happening for a reason. I know it's happening for a reason. I need to just let it go and go with the flow of what's happening, what's showing up. And as she does that, as she continues to do that, she's going to unravel something that feels really good. And what she needs to realize is she is also dealing with the energy of her son, who is looking at getting his driver's license, right? And so that's why he needed his wallet. So he had his ID with him. And because they missed that appointment and some other events that went on for them, he has been able to face his fears. He has been able to look at life a lot differently. He has gotten support that he didn't think he had. He is getting, people are rallying for him and showing him support. And even when things get sabotaged in such a way, he is still being supported. It'll work out next time. We'll get this figured out. It's not going to be a problem. If we can't do it now, we'll do it later. It's all going to work out. And he is learning a great deal. So even if Tracie is running into these roadblocks, what's happening? Even as we're sitting here with her now, she's saying, oh, I see it. It wasn't about her. It was about what he needed. It was about how he needed to clear this energy of sabotage and clear the energy of not good enough, not worthy, and see these people rally and come and support him and encourage him to keep going, encourage him and show him how strong he is and show him how quickly he can overcome and persevere. And so as we're talking to her about this now, she's like, oh, this is making my heart very happy because he is learning so much in this experience. And when we can all let that go and look at the bigger picture and be in the expansiveness of all the things that are happening around us, even when it looks like chaos, even when it looks like nothing's working, even when you feel stuck in the mud, find what is working, find a reason behind it, be in the surrender, and find yourself moving into a better space. And you are going to find yourself evolving into that energy of the new earth and purging all the things that aren't working. Purge all those things that are here to support you in the way of getting rid of that which is no longer serving, right? And so you are in this beautiful time in life and you've been in it for a while. This is not new. You feel like a broken record is playing right now, where we keep telling you it's time to purge, it's time to purge, get rid of what's not working, let it go, let it go. Well, how many of you guys have purged and then put that needle right back in the same spot on that record and played it all again? And so there's a lot of people out there that need to get this another round, give it another round and move and purge this stuff again. So maybe the message isn't for everyone, but there are many out there that need to hear that message again, that got themselves back into an old cycle or an old habit or something that they wanted to do differently, back into that old job, right? Back into a space that they're not feeling supported or that they're not taking care of themselves the way they should. It is a big time to recognize, to see, what are you trading your life for? What is it that you are spending your hours doing? Do you love it? Because you should. And you're here to enjoy this life. You're here to do beautiful things with it. Not everybody had a very, there are a lot of people with a very sketchy background, as one might say, or difficult background. And that's okay. It is time to let that go. It is time to heal those parts and to move forward. And if you have a difficult time doing that on your own, maybe you can reach out to somebody that does a modality or a service that could help you to clear that energy and move into a better place for yourselves. Move into loving yourselves, appreciating yourselves, seeing this energy of this expansion, of this new realm that you are entering, be received by you. We know that everybody has painted an image of their mind of Mother Earth going through a birth canal now. We really enjoy that. But really, you are creating this new realm right here in this very physical spot that you are sitting. You are inviting this energy to come right to you. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Just be present and be honoring yourself, move through your emotions and talk to your spirit guides, talk to your ancestors, talk to your collective extraterrestrial and beautiful benevolent beings. You are surrounded. And we know we talked a lot again. We do that, don't we? But did we get to the answer to your question about
Yes.
does it get better? Yes, it does. We will see it in about 9 months.
Also, you mentioned the weather. So 2 things. When is the weather? Right now, it's pretty hot right now. Is it, have an idea, is it going to get cooler? And then also on top of that, why is it so much hotter this go round compared to previous years, from your point of view?
Well, from our point of view, it is a lot of different things. It would be fun to just have a really quick and easy answer for you. There is a lot of things going on from the core of the earth, from the inner earth energies, vibrations that are reacting also to the outer energy and vibration. Some of this frequencies that is happening, dare we say, may not be all natural. In other words, weather manipulation, but not necessarily in the format to hurt anyone. It is a very fine line to talk about that, because we don't want to put ideas into anybody's head that they're being tortured or being controlled through weather. That's not what we see happening. We just see that there is a lot going on to try to better this planet, and people that are working with other collectives outside of this world that are trying to work with the weather and create weather. And maybe there's some things going on there. Now, we don't want to act like we know what is going on, because we're not part of that. We are not part of that. We don't see what's going on there, but we do know that there has been some weather manipulation. That's not a good word, because it gets in people's head that they think they're being manipulated.
Gotcha.
There is some structuring of the weather that can be used for good. And for the most part, most are trying to use it for good. And that is where we want to leave you, that it is in the works to try to hold and maintain. Remember, you are going into another atmosphere. You are going into another realm of energy, another part of space, as your whole planet is moving into another place in space, in the universe. And so you have a lot of collectives that are trying to hold in the atmosphere, that are trying to work with the weather, that are trying to maintain things. And as perfect as that might seem, as an extraterrestrial or an advanced being, can't they just wave a magic wand and make that happen? But everyone is working together to try to create the most gentle move into this energy as possible. But there are so many layers to what is going on, including the conflicts of the planet and the this and the that and the governments, and it just gets very big and very broad. There's so many different ways, and each person here has a different way of thinking about it, and each person here is contributing to the collective consciousness on this. And so as we try to be very careful what we say, we don't want to put in anyone's mind that anything is happening against you. Everything is happening for you. And so what you are experiencing as a collective, as you focus on cooler weather, maybe if you are in that 110 and 115 degree weather, keep seeing cloudy skies coming in, little bits of rain coming in to cool the earth and do the things. Use your minds to be creative with the weather, and use your energy, your availability to manifest something beautiful for your planet. Use it in those ways, and use this opportunity to assist and help in creating something magnificent, is where we would want you to take that. And you see how that would be a much better energy to spend your time on than to go into fear or to worry or to anger or to something else, because something doesn't look the way that you would want it to, or it is not comfortable at this time. And so don't look at anything in this world as an attack against you. How is it working for you? How is what's going on in this planet going to change things in a glorious way? And keep your minds focused like that, because that is how we win. That is how we get to these magnificent places, when we can outthink it, right? We can use our energy to overcome the difficulties and overpower that with our great energy as a collective. As if everyone today could just be thinking the most positive, wonderful thoughts about tomorrow, right? And then we move into tomorrow and it's going to be a better day. It's a collective energy. They've scientifically measured the energy of the collective of human beings when they go through something globally together. They can see the amplification of energy. They've measured that. And so why not use that energy? Use it to empower you. Use it to create what you desire. And don't put it into more negative energy and worry and fear. If we could shut that button off for you, we certainly would. And we want you to just take your energy and put it in the focus of, if you don't like the heat, think about how cool it would be to bring in some clouds and a little rain. If you don't like the rain, and what there's an eastern part of the world that is getting a lot of rain. If you're not liking the rain, what would it be like for all of that to settle down? You get thunderstorms where you are, right, Jason?
Yes, almost every day.
Yes, if you don't like the thunderstorms and pouring down rain, just keep seeing a nice, gentle, calm, peaceful sky. And as everybody starts to put their energy into that, it does collectively create a reality. So remember, if you want to think of it like a game or a matrix or something of that nature, then how would you like to create that program? What do you want the program to run? You know, what energy do you want to put in that? And start playing with that. Use it to empower yourself to keep enhancing your skills, your abilities, open up to your collectives, bring in your memories, your downloads, your activations to become more powerful and helping the planet. Everybody says, I want to help, and then we're not saying everybody goes into a negative place, but we run into difficulties, we run into weather conditions, we run into things like Tracie ran into today, where nothing that she tried would go the way she wanted it to, and then get discouraged, and then get into the negative place with it, and then start spiraling in that. We don't want that. That can't help anything, right? We're not saying don't be honest with yourself about how it makes you feel, but how get in that 5-minute pout it out, and then get into how to make it better and shift your energies, because your energies are being reflected back to you in this mirroring of Earth.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that quite a bit then.
Tracie's over here going, oh boy, me too. Yes, yes. And we're sure a lot of you are struggling with, how do I do that when everything feels so hard and difficult, and I feel defeated. And we're not here to tell you it's easy. We're here to tell you, band together, talk positive when you're with your friends, be as positive as you can be, and make the best of what's happening, and then see it getting better.
Thank you very much. So the next question, Tracie was wondering, was she wanted to know, is there something coming? Is something coming down the road in the future, or something coming this year? But the question is something coming? Energy, anything that's going on in the world today? That was the question.
That's a good question. And we do say that, you know, use this time wisely, be in preparation to enjoy yourselves, go have fun, be in a good place, enjoy your families. And as we said before, you are in the stretch of calmer energies, and watch. We're not just talking about things that are happening planetarily, but there's things happening astrologically, things that are going on that have been designed and set up for all of you to go through and experience as you go through these shifts and these changes. And we do know that that things are going to have to collapse before they get better, right? Or things get worse so that it can get better. And so as we look at that, we know what she is referring to. And one of our transmissions, we said that there's going to be a wave that happens around the middle of October into November. And it's not going to be like COVID, but it is going to be something that seems to affect most of the planet. And it is going to be different. It's going to be not as intense, but it is going to get your attention. And it's not going to affect you in the same ways. Tracie's in here going, will we be able to fly? Will we be able to travel? Will we be able to do this, that, and the other? You might find yourself in limitations for different reasons. Fuel costs as a reason. Your fuel costs keep going up and going up. And so then things are more expensive. To get from point A to point B costs more money. And then as the cost of living is increased because of fuel costs are going up, so then that raises the prices of everything else. It is your economic system that is going to keep kind of doing this flux of the pendulum swing, right? It's like you feel like you're recovering, and then then something else slaps you and moves in. And so you're going to go through a little wave of the that push and pull energy. And it's going to come in different forms. So it's hard to really pinpoint it. You might see the stock market crash. You might see the housing market crash. You might see some other changes going on that are going to create, again, another place where everybody's going to have to sit back and figure out, what does this mean for our family? What does this mean for us as a community? What does this mean for us as a global humankind? And you designed it this way. It's been designed this way to become part of the awakening. We want to find a word to shape you into the versions of yourselves that it will take to move out of this energy, so that you will understand what it's like when you move into something better. There's more appreciation for something better, right? Well, this might be a bad example, but Tracie is laughing, saying, yes, like we all have these indoor plumbing, yeah, the flushing toilet, right? And you don't know how much you like that flushing toilet till you don't have the flushing toilet.
That is true.
And so there are things that are going to awaken people into understanding what's important in life. And again, we ask, what are you trading your time for? You go to work every day. Is that something that is worth going to and taking you away from the things you love to do? You have to do, and everyone's going to answer that differently. So it is a time of reflection. It is a time, we are going into more of a time of, again, you went through reflection with COVID. You went through all this inner journey work. And many of you have come out of that with all this deeper knowing and spiritual awakening, and what a beautiful thing to do. Now what we would want to say is, now you're going to go into that part where you're like, what do I want to do when I grow up? Who do I want to be in this world? And you're going to find yourself seeking something better for yourself, seeking something better for your family, understanding that working that 9 to 5 that turns into the 9 to 8, that turns into the 9 to 10, that those 12, 13, 14-hour shifts, working 2 jobs. Many of you are doing that right now just to make ends meet. And it is exhausting, and it is not a quality of life. And that is not okay for that to be taking place. It's time for that to shift. It's time for that to change. And for people to start living their lives and enjoying their lives and participating in balance, work, life, play, balance. And it is time for that to be created in your world. You will always live in a world in this dimension. If you are going to be on Earth, there's always going to be things that need to be done. There's always going to be work that needs to be done, right? But you need the balance so that you're not experiencing the burnouts and the exhaustion and the midlife crisis and the early onsets of diseases and dementia and different things like that, because you have taken everything that your body had to give and you have depleted it. And so it's time to figure out, how do you want to experience life? And that's what you're going into. And people all around the world will be reevaluating things and looking at things. And a lot have already done it. A lot have already done this through the COVID years, taking this time off, being with the family, reevaluating and saying, no, I like it. I like this more relaxed pace that I'm at. I'm not going crazy running from here to there to here to there to here to there. And then at the end of the day, trying to have 5 minutes with my family before I pass out with exhaustion. I like this other pace. And so more and more people are going to be finding their way to that. And doors are going to open. Why? Because you're seeing them open right now. As we're talking to you, we want you to see the doors are opening for you to find your way to the most perfect job, to the most perfect life, to the most perfect lifestyle, income, whatever it is that you want and desire. See yourself living that. See those doors opening, because you are the creator of this reality, and we are in a very creative energy right now. That is why you're feeling the pressure of that, because things have to change, right? You feel the pressure when things have to change. Well, that is the best time to get into the desire of what do you want it to look like instead? Because the universe is right here helping you weave that story together and put that into place. And so now, when you're feeling the pressure of things need to change, I want to move, I want to get out of this situation, I want to change this job, I want to do something different, I want to expand brighter, bigger, and more expansive with my spirituality. Maybe you're wanting to channel, maybe you're wanting to do healing work, maybe you're wanting to step out more in these modalities. This is the time to create it. That is where we're going to wrap that up. We know we get on these little rampages and we just keep talking. So we'll let you talk to us, Jason.
Well, thank you very much for all that. That was a ton of information for that. So with that being said, it sounds like we still have a lot of work to do and more things are coming our way and more challenges or opportunities for us to deal with.
Yes, and not all of them will look doom and gloom. Sometimes you'll get the challenge of, oh my gosh, 2 perfect jobs just showed up. Which one do I take? One takes me to this state, another one takes me to this state or this country or that country, whatever. You'll find yourself with 2 opportunities and they're both delicious. How about that for a different way to think about it? Things will show up for you that will help you to make decisions, but they don't always have to be difficult. They don't always have to feel painful to go through them, to go through the change. It might be something glorious and maybe opportunities to buy the perfect dream home or an opportunity to take the dream trip you've always wanted. Things will start lining up for you as you start believing in yourself and knowing that you are creating that. So enjoy the ride is what we say. And as Tracie says, have fun with that. And just enjoy your life in whatever ways you can find yourself to enjoy it. And then the universe can start supplying you with more reasons to enjoy. You become the energetic match to that desire, right? And so get your mind off of those things that it's spinning and wheeling on and get into the joy of a different outcome, something spectacular. You're going to have fun with it. It is our challenge, just like you got challenged to find your dream workers. We challenge yes. The audience. Go have fun. Whatever comes across your path, even when it's not working, even when you can't make it somewhere, can't do something, this didn't work out, that didn't work out, the check engine light comes on, right? And you can't get the paperwork you needed to complete your task today. Whatever it is that comes across your path, just know that everything is working towards you having something even better and something extraordinary, something wonderful. So see the cooler weather, see the drier weather, whatever the weather is doing in your neck of the woods that is working for you or not working for you. Hold the power within yourselves to embrace and move it into something better. So yes, do you have any more questions for us?
No. I think we covered everything. We talked about what was some of the things to come, how, whether it was going to get better or worse. And then also, the weather we talked about. So with that being said, is there anything for the YouTube collective or the podcast collective?
How fun is that? All those who are listening in whatever platform you choose, we are tuning into you now. Can you feel that? We like to reach out to all of you. And we always say, no matter when you are listening, your energy is here with us live in this moment. Nobody is listening to this live except for Jason, right? And so to tune into this audience, we must go forward in time, your time, to look at you. So everyone who is ever going to listen to this at any given time, we feel you now. You are quite a large audience when we stretch it out like that. We want to shout out the name Erica and Pam. Those 2 names have come to our mind. Erica, we want you to know, and this can be we want to clarify, we get a name, but it can also be anyone who identifies with the message, or if your name starts with an E, it does not necessarily have to be Erica. And so don't worry if you resonate with the message, it is for you as well. So we want to tune into this energy. There is a travel that is coming up, a travel that you're going to do, but it's for fun. You're going to go do something for fun. It could be a weekend away. It could be jumping on an airplane and going away on a vacation or holiday. It could be many different things, but you're going to be traveling. And this time is very significant because getting away, breaking away from the normal routines is going to be very important for you to move your energy into, you're breaking free from more than just the energy of your routines in your home. There's something significant about this trip that's going to, just like we were saying earlier, people are going to start thinking, am I spending my time the way that I want to? I think you're going to go into some reflection like that, and you're going to start stepping forward in something that you had dreamed about doing, but you haven't quite done yet. You're going to find yourself with the right people, the right time, the right place, the right set of mind, whatever it might be, that's going to launch you into that leap of faith that is going to take to do the thing that you've been wanting to do. So that is coming for you. And if you haven't already done it. And so we want you to know that you are supported in that. Keep believing for that. Keep believing for that. You're meeting the right people at the right time. The ones that are going to help you, the ones that are going to show you the way, the ones that are going to answer your questions. It's all coming. Pam. There's something to do with the earth. Something to do, so P names, the same thing. This goes for anyone that resonates. There's something to do with the earth right now, the earth and its frequencies and its vibrations. Send love, light, and energy into the earth. All earth workers, it's good to put that energy there, not because anything bad is happening. We're not saying that, but just as you are going through transition, so is Mother Earth. And so just giving her that gentle love, that hug from all the beautiful beings that are holding on and supporting the earth during these changes. Many of you have come here in that format of holding and sustaining earth through its changes. You're doing a great job. And what we want you to start visualizing as you are working with the earth energy, the soils and all the plants, animals, water, earth, air, all the things that are part of that, the rocks, the crystals, and so on, all the minerals. We want you to see that electric blue, icy blue color wrapping around earth, and just see that in your mind's eye, and see earth just taking a deep breath and sighing, and do it with Mother Earth. Just do the whew, and just wrap it in that beautiful light, and see all the people who have been suffering and in pain and frustrated and at their end, at their limit. Just see them being supported and loved, and see them being lifted up, and their prayers are answered, and their miracles are showing up for them. And we call that in for all of you. We call that in for all who are in a state of suffering in any way, through their mind, through the emotions, through anything physical that is going on. We ask that all your prayers are being answered at this time. We bring in answered prayers, we bring in miracles, we bring in blessings, we bring in the angels to surround, guide, and guard you, and protect you and move you into something better, something that is more an energetic and beautiful match to the future that you desire. We call it in. We're seeing colors of turquoise and fuchsia coming in. We're seeing a lot of those colors coming in, and they're moving through as if they're moving and sweeping through a very large audience, and just touching each and every one of you, bringing in those blessings, bringing in those miracles, and bringing you into a better place, into your place of celebration. That is what we want you to see yourself celebrating. Celebrate your victories, celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate your families, celebrate the love, celebrate the time that you have, the experiences you are receiving. You are having an extraordinary life with many capabilities. Start focusing on that and be in that energy. Let's see if we have anything else here. The masculine energies, and that's how we want to say it. We're not wanting to say male, female. The masculine energies within all are starting to take a shift. They're taking a shift in this energy that's coming in. masculine energies are moving. What are we seeing here? We see it moving around a corner. It's interesting. It's like they've overcome, the masculine energies have overcome a lot of the old persona of what a masculine energy should be, how they should behave, what is the characteristics of being in the masculine. We see overcoming a lot of the preconceived ideas of what it is to be in that male energy, and moving into a softer and gentler and more compassionate, loving, kind energy, bringing that forward for humanity as the balance between the feminine and the masculine continues. There are many of you who are doing ceremonies, workshops for the masculine, feminine, for the twin flame energies, and for all of these balancing of energies. And we say thank you for that. The energies are being felt all around the world. And now we're seeing a dragon, a gold dragon emerging from the earth. And this gold dragon is here for everyone to partake in. This gold dragon is here to bring good luck, much like those little trinkets that you will bring into your home for good luck. This gold dragon is here for everybody to bring in the good luck to your home, to your fortunes, to your minds, to your health, in whatever way you choose to ask for help from the gold dragon. Bring that into your thoughts, into your mind. Send the gold dragon to clear your path and to open the doors and to bring you into the greatness that you came here to achieve. And we think that might be a great place to bring this to a close. What do you think, Jason? Do you have any questions?
Absolutely. So I know we didn't do an hour this go around, so I think we're in it for about 40 minutes. So I know I told you 30, but I think I'll stretch it out a little bit. So if that is it, then that could be the last message. If that is it and there's nothing else.
We think at this time that is it as the collective. Unless you have a question, we are not feeling anything else come in for the collective at this time.
No, I think that's it. We can just recap after that.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for letting us come in and play with you again. And thank you to the audience for letting us be a part of your journey. And we'll bring you back, Tracie.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So what's the good news? What did you see on your side with all the energy that is going on, the weather,
so
birth canal?
The way that I was understanding it is that that what we're experiencing is, we go through our stuff, right? It's like all of our emotional stuff comes up and we get to deal with it. Well, there's a lot of things going on. The earth is an entity. It's a living thing, and it has a consciousness, and it's moving through purging its stuff as well. And so what's happening to me, what it looked like is there were these like the global like the star nations, whatever we want to call them, our collectives out there, they're trying to help us to keep the atmosphere so that we can survive this journey. And so they're trying to work with earth energies and keep us in the best, they're doing the best they can to keep it from, we're lucky we're not a ball of fire kind of thing, or, so they're working to help keep us afloat while the earth is going through its things. So it's creating atmospheres for us and stuff. And in that, I think what's happening is they're like, okay, we've created this atmosphere. Oh, geez, that got real hot, and now they're trying to, it's, who knows? If we were the ones up there trying to run the show, how would it be going? It's, I don't think that they're messing up like a science experiment that went bad or anything. I think they're trying to hold an atmosphere that will sustain us while the earth goes through its changes. Is how
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not an easy job. They're trying to do it globally, and things, around the world are experiencing different things as the earth is moving out of an old energy. So That's that's my interpretation. You guys can all do your own version of that, but
yeah, sounds interesting.
yeah, so it's a good thing. We're all being supported, and they're working with us, trying to and they are working with good collectives of humans, I believe, like, you know, good parts of our governments and stuff that
Okay.
whatever the secret programs. There are some good people out there that are trying to help preserve Earth and keep us all here. So
Perfect.
yeah, we got some good teams out there, and I think they're all working in our favor.
They're working hard.
They are. So
just don't forget that cooler weather, guys.
yeah. So, well, actually, you guys could all come over to Oregon. It got up to about 88 today, I think it is.
Ooh,
but we've been having a lot of overcast and cooler weather. All of June was in its 60s. And then July, it's been warming up. We had 2 days that might have gotten to 100 degrees, but most of our weather is around, like today was 88. All week it's been around 80 for the last week or so. So
yeah,
knock on wood. I want that weather. I don't want the 115 degrees.
That's it. I think Daniel said, take my hot weather, send it over there. And I think that's what he was trying to say when he was
talking
about the rainstorms.
You guys can all just visualize that rainstorm going to somebody else, yeah. Or that heat wave going somewhere else. But
yeah, it's been raining almost every day, a thunderstorm of some sort. So yeah. But it's been hot on the other hand too. So it's kind of like
it just makes it super muggy.
Yeah. On one hand, it's like, yes, it's cooling off. And then once when the sun comes out, oh, it's so steamy hot.
So we're never happy, are we?
I know, right? Where's this beautiful weather that we always hear about? The next thing will be about, did you see anything? I know one of your questions was, is there something coming? Is there something coming down the pipeline? Did you see anything on your side?
Well, you know, we were talking about the fuel and the prices of gas and stuff before we started the show, and the availability of that stuff for us. I was seeing that more, expand that out. You know, there's more things like we're going to see a lot of changes in all of those, like they were listing off the medical, the monetary systems, all of the things, all the systems that we have in place, they got to get shaken up. You know, the corporate, it's becoming this corporate world, and you know, there's something that's got to change with that, because then they just start controlling everything. And you know,
and Daniel said soon, so that's good news.
Prices. Yeah.
He said soon.
I love the birth canal thing. It was like, okay, I'm seeing Earth going through this, you know, like this stretchy membrane of energy that's kind of
if I'm mistaken, someone else said something very similar, so that kind of lines up, because
I look like I'm in an earthquake over here because the dog decided to lean on my desk and then scratch. And so my whole thing was going like this. So just so you know, it's not an earthquake. That's my dog. But what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, I was saying that I think it was from someone else's QHHT session, but they were kind of saying something very familiar. It sounds familiar, so it's lining up that it was kind of like Mother Earth is giving birth, and we're going through this birth canal right now, and there's going to be
really?
Cramps, pains, you know, it's not going to be an easy process. And I'm like, oh, so this must be what they're talking about.
Yeah. And how fun that other people use the same kind of terminology, because that was new to me when he said that. And I was laughing. Oh, great. We're going to compare it to giving birth. That sounds
fun. That means it's easy for you. That's what that means. You're laughing.
But yeah, we get to have the experience that we choose to have with that, right? I mean, we're all going to face changes. And we already did that once with all the COVID stuff. Everything's changed and different, and we all adapted. We did okay. You know, when changes are coming, are they happening? You know, how do we want to receive that? How is this going to work for me? How is this change going to better my life? And some people, you know, some people are here to put up the resistance. That's what they volunteered to come in and do. And some are here to hold the light and do things like that. And
True.
some are here to, you know, be energetic channels to bring in these frequencies and different things. So we all have different assignments. So whatever you're drawn to do, you know, put your energy there. But
Absolutely.
yeah, because it's not everybody just sitting on the sidelines like it's unicorns and rainbows going on. We need the fighters to get in and fight and to pull out the truce. I love the ones that are, you know, jumping into the disclosure and showing us what's really going on. And that's the tough job. That's a scary job, you know. And it's like, but I'll listen to them all day long because it's like, what's really happening out there? So, you know, and those are light workers that are coming in to do that. And then there's, you know, the ones that are holding the energy and meditating and seeing the world and wrapped in love and light, and they are the rainbows and unicorn people. And I know there probably was a better way to say that, but you know, holding that beautiful energy so that you know, we got to have that balance of energy. We got to bring in light because the light's what's going to outweigh the darkness. And so we bring that in.
You got to have the light to shine it on the darkness, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Tip the scale. Help those guys that are on the front line by tipping the scale so that they have the advantage.
Absolutely. So that was pretty cool. Erica, and you had two names that came up, Erica and Pam.
Pam and Erica, yeah. Yeah, so the traveling piece, that felt really cool. Like she just needs a break, or she just needs to get away from something she's doing, and then an aha moment will come in for her. And that can be for a lot of people that's the case. If you're getting kind of stuck in something, take a break, go away for the weekend, try, you know, make yourself shut your phone off. You know, it's like, it's nothing worse than going on a trip and answering the phone every 10 minutes. So, you know, shut your phone off, tell people I'm not going to be reachable, I'm going to be out of service, and just take that break. And there's going to be a shift that comes in with a thought process, and it's going to help. It's going to bring in an answer. And yeah, the Pam thing, the energy was coming from underneath. Like what I saw was what they call earthing, I guess, where you're barefoot on the soil. And I saw bare feet on the soil and all this energy coming up, and it was almost like a tree with its roots, right? She had her roots and then her hands up like that, and just helping earth energy. Helping through the purges. Oh, and that's something I've learned in sessions too, that some of you guys are here to purge the energy for Mother Earth, help her purge it to accelerate the process. So what Daniel said in sessions was, you don't have to use your physical body to be the conduit of that purge. You can create a cylinder of light around you. You can be inside the cylinder, like it's your own little tube inside the cylinder, and you're holding the energy and purging it, but you're safe in your bubble, and that tube of energy goes around you so that you're not physically going through a bad day every day, you know, purging all the negativities. Because there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling with trying to find a positive place to land their feet. And it could be that they're part of the, you know, they've got physical limitations, illnesses, that kind of stuff going on. And it's because they're using all their energy to purchase this, I guess, for lack of a better word, toxicities of the earth. And so if they do it differently, they plug in differently and create that that purge of light outside of themselves and they or around them while they're enclosed in a tube, then they can do it without having that affect their bodies.
Interesting.
So somebody out there needed to hear that.
Yep. If your name is Erica and then or Pam, comment below.
Yeah, that's always fun. I like getting those.
I know those emails that you get, you know, like, oh my God, that resonated with me so much.
Yeah, yeah, that's fun. We like that, you guys. We like to hear if it resonates because it reminds us that it's worth doing. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock over here. Is there anything else?
I'm going to let you go and I'll let all of you go as well. And it's always fun. We'll have to see if we can round each other up a little quicker next time.
Yeah. I know our schedules were not matching up. So,
yeah,
but
there's a lot going on.
Yeah. A lot of energy going on, right?
Yeah. So,
well, thank you very much. Thank you for the love and support, everybody. And thank you for the podcast. So far, I'm averaging 1,000 downloads per episode. So it's growing. I'm doing better over there than on YouTube. And then on top of that, speaking of YouTube, we forgot to say this earlier, but please subscribe to Tracie's channel. She's almost to 2,000 subscribers. And so she is so close. I think you need one more.
yeah, it's like, yeah, within 5 or so, I think it's so close. And I'm going to do, when I get to the 2,000, then one of my videos I'll post in the near future. Hopefully next week will be a drawing for a 1-hour session with Daniel, a question and answer session. Nice. So help me get to 2,000, you guys. And then when I post that video, make sure to watch for it. So you're going to want to click the bell so you're notified. And then I'll put up a video where you can sign up down below and I'll put everybody in a little raffle and somebody will win a 1-hour with Daniel.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. So go subscribe to her channel. Her link is in the description. Also a link in the description is for the playlist as well. And that's going to all the, we're almost to 70 videos now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we've got a lot.
Yeah. So it's building.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description as well to the playlist of all the videos that me and Tracie has done.
Yeah.
I like to go through them and see the memories. Be like, oh, look at that! Look at that background. Look at the old house.
Watch our backgrounds change and evolve. You moved houses. You got a whole different. Yeah, a lot of things have happened.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. It's been a journey. Yeah,
absolutely. Many more to come.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night.